Welcome back, guys. I'm Danny,
I'm JJ.
and this is the Late Night Shit Show. Welcome to Paranormal Mondays,
Yes.
where you get your spooky ookie dookie stories from us, from y'all, and from Reddit.
Yes. We've gotten really good at the intro, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Okay, we're just gonna jump right into it. I don't think we really have any business to handle,
No, I don't think so.
so we can just get this show on the road. So I found a door in my apartment that wasn't there yesterday.
What?
This is from the No Sleep Reddit
Okay.
strip. So it says, I've lived in an apartment 6B for 4 years. It is not a large place, one bedroom, one bathroom, a narrow kitchen, and a living room with windows that look out over the back alley. I know every crack in the paint, every sound the pipes make at night, every place where the floorboards complain when you step on them. That is why I noticed the door immediately. It was in the hallway between my bedroom and my bathroom where there had always been a blank wall. A white wooden door, plain, old, perfectly ordinary, except it had not been there the night before. At first thought I was still dreaming. I stood in the hallway in my t-shirt and sweatpants, holding a mug of coffee I could not remember pouring, staring at the brass doorknob. There was no frame damage, no dust, no smell of fresh paint. It looked like it had always belonged there. I touched the wall around it, solid. I touched the door, cold. Not cool like 1 in the morning, but cold like something kept underground. I called my landlord. Very funny, he said. I'm not joking. There was a pause. What kind of door? What do you mean, what kind of door? A normal door. Another pause. Don't open it. I almost laughed, but his voice stopped me. He did not sound annoyed. He sounded afraid. Mr. Keller, I said slowly, why would there be a door in my hallway? I'll come over, he said. Do not open it. Do not touch it again. When he hung up, I stood there for a long time looking at the door. The apartment was silent. Too silent. I usually could hear traffic from the street, my neighbor's TV, the old radiator clicking, but in that moment, everything had gone quiet, as if the whole building were holding its breath. When someone knocked from the other side. 3 slow knocks. I dropped my coffee. It shattered on the floor, hot liquid spreading around my bare feet. The knocks came again. 3 times. Not loud, not desperate, polite, like someone waiting to be invited in. I backed away into the living room and grabbed the heaviest thing I could find, a cast iron pan from the kitchen. When I waited, then I waited. Nothing happened. 5 minutes passed. 10. The door stood there, white and still. At 9:17, my landlord arrived. He was usually a cheerful man, round face, red cheeks, always smelling faintly of cigarette smoke and peppermint gum. That morning, he looked 20 years older. He pushed past me without saying hello and stopped in the hallway. When he saw the door, all the color left his face. No, he whispered. You know what this is? He did not answer. He reached into his coat pocket and pulled out a ring of keys. His hands were shaking so badly that the keys jingled like tiny bells. What are you doing? I asked. Locking it. From this side? He ignored me and tried key after key in the brass lock. None fit. Then the knocking started again. 3 slow knocks. Mr. Keller froze. A voice came from behind the door. Soft. Female. Martin? My landlord stepped back as if he had been slapped. Martin, the voice repeated. I know you're there. I looked at him. Who is that? His mouth opened, but no words came out. The voice behind the door sighed. It was a sad sound, almost human. Martin, please, it's so dark. My landlord grabbed my arm, hard enough to hurt. You need to leave, he said. What? Now. Pack a bag, stay somewhere else. Are you insane? What is behind that door? He looked at me. He looked at me then, and I understood something horrible. He did not know. Not exactly. Before I could ask anything else, the doorknob turned. Very slowly. Left, right, left again. Mr. Keller whispered something in German I did not understand and pulled me towards the front door. That was when the voice changed. It became my mother's. Daniel? I stopped moving. My mother died when I was 16. Cancer took her slowly, then all at once. I've forgotten many things about her over the years, but not her voice. Never her voice. Daniel, she said again from behind the door. Honey, please help me. My landlord tightened his grip. Do not listen. I could not breathe. Mom? The door creaked, just a little. A thin black line appeared between the door and the frame. From inside came a smell I remembered instantly. Lavender soap, hospital sheets, rain on the day of her funeral. My eyes filled with tears before I could stop them. Daniel, my mother whispered, I waited so long. I pulled away from Mr. Keller. He slapped me. Hard. The sound cracked through the apartment. I stumbled back, stunned. Listen to me, he hissed. That is not your mother. The door opened another inch. Behind it there was no room, no closet, no hallway, only darkness. Not the kind of darkness you see when the lights are off. This was thicker, deeper. It seemed to move slightly, like black water. And from inside it, my mother began to cry. I hated my landlord in that moment. I hated him because
I just wanted to try the monster.
you've never tried that flavor?
No, it's the new one.
Is it the new one?
Mm-hmm.
I swear that's been out for a while.
Mm-mm.
I didn't get a good look at it, but it looked like one of the fruit punch one.
Yeah, the like pirate. It looks like the pirate one
Yeah, it looks
to
like the
me.
fruit punch one.
It's not though.
It's not?
No, it's like a pink. It's like a strawberry lemonade
Oh,
flavor.
shit.
Yeah,
Doesn't really came out with a new flavor.
yeah. He got it up on his fishing trip, and I've been wanting to try it.
Sorry, her brother decided to interrupt us with, taunting her with a monster.
I can also smell dinner, and I'm starving. I haven't eaten all
So am
day.
I. I had Dave's hot chicken earlier.
Yeah.
The mozzarella sticks were good in the fries. Beep, 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 beep,
Yeah. Bleep.
beep. Let's continue.
Elevator music over it. Yes.
Alright, let's continue. Get back into the vibe.
You're also gonna see in editing that my hair kept getting caught. I'm sitting here, you're reading, I'm trying so hard not to laugh or like interrupt you or anything, and I'm just like,
Honestly, if you have something to say, interrupt.
no, yeah, I know, but like that's not like relevant to this story. It's just my hair is caught.
That's gonna be funny.
Put that up. Put that up. Yeah, I'm sitting here. I'm like, yeah, group all those together. One's by my head. Ta-da! All right.
Alright, we're gonna jump back a little bit.
Yeah.
Listen to me, he hissed. That is not your mother. The door opened another inch. Behind it, there was no room, no closet, no hallway, only darkness. Not the kind of darkness you see when the lights are off. This was thicker, deeper. It seemed to move slightly, like black water. And from inside it, my mother began to cry. I hated my landlord in that moment. I hated him because part of me knew he was right. And I hated him more because another part of me still wanted to open the door. He dragged me out of the apartment. The second we crossed the threshold into the stairwell, all the sound came rushing back. Cars outside, someone coughing below us, a dog barking in another unit. Normal life. Behind my apartment door, something slammed. Once. Twice. Then came my mother's voice, muffled now, but screaming, "Daniel, don't leave me again!" I spent that night in a hotel. Mr. Keller refused to explain everything. He told me that the apartment 6B had been renovated in 1998 after a fire. After a fire, 3 people had died in the building before the fire department arrived. One of them was his wife. Her name had been Anna. The next morning, he called a priest, then a locksmith, then 2 men I had never seen before who arrived in a van with no company name on it. They went into the apartment together. Only one of them came back out. The priest was pale and shaking. The locksmith had blood on his shirt. Mr. Keller would not look at me. "What happened?" I asked. The locksmith pushed past me and left without his tools. Mr. Keller handed me an envelope. Inside was cash, a lot of it. "Move," he said. "What about my things?" "Leave them." "Are you serious?" He finally looked at me. His eyes were wet. "The door is gone," he said, "but now there's a window." I I did not go back. Not for my clothes, not for my laptop, not for the box of photographs under my bed. I found another apartment across town. I changed my number. I tried to forget the whole thing. For a while I almost did, until tonight. At 2:13 in the morning, I woke up. I woke to the sound of knocking. 3 slow knocks. Not from my front door, not from the hallway, from behind my bedroom wall. Then my mother's voice whispered, "Daniel, I found another way in."
Smaller.
I know that's fine.
Okay.
If you could keep the shrimp out, keep the shrimp out. But if it's all mixed together, yours fine. That's fine. I'll just pick it out. What the fuck?
What?
That's the end of the story. What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Did you hear the end of it?
No, I did not. One more time.
All right.
The whole thing is just what the fuck. But what's
Yeah.
the last line?
At 2:13 in the morning, I woke to the sound of knocking. 3 slow knocks. Not from my front door, not from the hallway, from behind my bedroom wall. Then my mother's voice whispered, "Daniel, I found another way in." What the fuck?
I have chills. I have actual
What
chills. What the fuck? What the fuck?
What do you think that was?
If we're being honest, I don't know. Because at first I was like, oh, it's a mimic. But, like, mimics don't create doors.
No.
Like,
That's what I was about to say. Like, could it be a mimic? But mimic also mimic the person.
Right.
They don't mimic their dead relatives.
Yeah, because the mimic has to be able to hear them.
Yeah.
My dad's house has a mimic.
That's crazy. Let's see what the comments say. Oh, there's only one comment.
Oh.
I also need to know what they saw through the window. I'm sure I'm not the only one that needs a verification of life from you. Are you okay? Right? What did you
Are you
do?
good?
What happened? I have questions. I need answers. Edited ad. Did a new doorway appear? Did you call your ex-landlord to see if he could help in any way with his expertise of this previous issue? Sorry, dude. I need to know you're okay. Like, oh my god, that's terrifying if this is a true story.
I was just about to say that. As good as it is, it does, in fact.
It seems like it's a story.
A story.
Still a spooky story.
Still a spooky story.
Still
Still really
paranormal.
good.
It's a really good story. If it's true, holy cannoli. If it's not,
See, that's the thing.
great storytelling.
Yeah, if it's not, great fucking storytelling. However,
if it is,
if
are
it-
you okay?
Right. Can you, like, reach out to someone?
Right?
No taking unnecessary journeys.
Do not answer your mother. Do not knock back.
Mm-mm.
Do not whistle after dark. Do not speak to your own voices. If you're not speaking, Thank you.
My mommy's a goat, guys.
Thank you. I
It's really
appreciate
good. Thank you.
I can taste that this was made with shrimp. All right. Your turn.
Nom nom nom.
Nom nom nom. It's gonna be a lot easier to cut this out than I was debating whether stopping the recording, but it's gonna be a lot easier to cut this out than splice two videos together. It is good though.
Oh yeah. I want a piece of shrimp. Nom nom nom.
Nom nom nom.
Now you get to eat with your story.
I know, right? I get a food and a book.
Yeah, I was about to say what you just knocked down.
I think that was the
Clicker.
clicker.
Okay.
You clicker.
Clicker. All right. I want to sit up.
I told you mine were long. That was the longest one. This next one's even longer. Okay, go ahead.
Mine's also a long one, so it's like paragraph upon paragraph. I'm excited. All right. So this is under ghost stories. It's called I Saw a Band, and it's an experience. I'm not sure who to talk. You good?
Yeah. I almost choked on you. I don't know if they heard that at all.
Hmm?
Did you hear that through the?
Not really, no.
I said I almost choked on her. Take that as you will.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Anyways, we're both single and ready to mingle. I'm not sure who to talk to about this, but I had a very strange experience yesterday, and I cannot seem to rationalize it at all. I've decided to make this post and explain everything in detail in case it gets any worse and I lose the ability to explain everything. The more I think about it, the more I begin to realize the complete lack of any logic as to what happened. I was walking through the woods behind my house, using them as a shortcut to a garage or gas station, if you will, not far from where I live. I had done this same thing many times prior, but this particular thing had never happened to me until now. I had really only just stepped into the woods. It was like a 10-minute walk, and I was about a minute in when I heard some music in the distance. There was a loud thudding, which I recognized as the renaissance of a kick drum, and I could hear some kind of guitar on top of it. I stopped walking and listened in for a moment, leading me to be able to hear some less audible vocals. I didn't recognize the song and still don't.
You know what this reminds me of?
What?
The scene in Witches Go Scooby Doo when they're walking through the woods and they hear the Hex Girls practicing in the woods.
What if that's what this turns out to be?
They found the Hex Girls.
No, just wait. I didn't recognize the song and still don't. I walked towards the noise as it sounded like a nearby concert, which intrigued me as I hadn't heard any upcoming performances in the area, nor had I ever heard music coming from these woods in general. That is really good. Yep, this is a new one.
It's not better than grape.
America. This is the America one.
Oh, it's red, white, and blue one.
The red, white.
It's strawberry lemonade energy juice.
It's a new juice. I have had the red, white, and blue one.
Yeah, they did make another actual red, white, and
I
blue
know
one.
they did.
Yeah, that one's really good.
It's
It
as
is.
well, and it's good.
I know.
Thank you, Evan. That was my brother. Yes. Um, yeah. I hadn't heard any upcoming performances. I walked towards the noise as it sounded like a nearby concert, which intrigued me as I hadn't heard any upcoming performances in the area, nor had I heard music coming from these woods in general. The closer I got, the clearer I could hear the other drums, even a few keys being played. I was beginning to make out a few vocals too, granted I can't remember any of them from that point. After closing in on the noise for a while, I became confused as to why I still couldn't see the performance but could hear it so clearly. Then I saw it, as if it appeared from nowhere. I had never noticed a gap in the trees before, an empty circle of grass enclosed by trees. If you had asked me before yesterday if had been in the woods, I would have said no with pretty big confidence. They were standing together in the circle. There were exactly 11 of them. They were all very normal in appearance at first at glance, apart from the fact that they were all wearing the same tuxedo, but bands often do dress the same for performances. At this point, I was standing at a vantage point from them. There's the small section of the woods that drops down, resulting in a small cliff-like structure in the center, and I was standing pretty much at the cliff with a 16-ish foot drop in front of me. They were far enough to not notice me, and I was just about close enough to make out their clothing, count the number of them, and take note as to what each were doing. I should mention that they were also all bald and wearing flat caps. Again, not necessarily otherworldly, but definitely odd, seeing as the most prevalent person was a woman. Uh, where was I?
The most prevalent person.
Yeah, no, I was trying to find it in the paragraph. She was standing in front of the group and just dancing. Her movements were strange and inconsistent, as if she didn't know how to dance to the music. She could dance, but she never seemed to stick to a single dance, shifting her movements unpredictably, as though she was possessed or move or moving involuntarily. Oh my god. The song had an AC/DC style, and it was hard rock, and the vocalist occasionally shouted. I still cannot remember a single lyric. It could have been a cover of an AC/DC song, for all I know. Excluding the dancer, there were 10 other people. I'll recount them exactly as I saw them, according to what they were doing, not what they looked like, as there was no real variation on that front. Whew. There was a vocalist, a backing vocalist, a guy playing guitar, a guy playing bass, another guy playing a guitar, a guy playing drums, and a guy playing the synthesizer. There we go. A guy playing a mixing table, or what looked like one, the thing that DJs use. In parentheses. A guy who stood in front from what I initially thought was a trash can hanging from a tree branch by some rope, but eventually realized was a beer keg, which he would occasionally hit with a baseball bat.
Nice.
And a guy who was literally just holding a big red button. It was in parentheses. It was literally the type you would see in Kim Jong Un hold in like nuke memes.
Sounds like a dope party.
No, yeah. Where was the invite at?
Right?
Where's the invite?
Like, come on.
I watched them for about a minute. They were pretty good. I remember the chorus of the song containing the lyrics, "You're too good for me." Then shortly after that minute had passed, the guy with the red button pressed the button, and what played from it was the loudest, most agonizing noise I'd ever heard. It sounded so much like the beep of a microwave, but like 20 times as loud without any intervals between beeps. It was just one continuous ring. I covered my ears instinctively upon hearing it and immediately cried out in pain. I managed to suppress my cries after a moment, and shortly thereafter the ringing stopped. I looked over at the band again, only to find all of them stood in silence, staring at me. All 11 of them were completely still and were absolutely locked onto me. That's a little fucking creepy.
That is creepy.
That's creepy.
Imagine them just standing there like, you can hear and see us.
At that point, I had managed to notice a particular detail that I hadn't noticed until that point. None of them had mouths.
What?
They had eyes and noses, but there was a smoothness over where their mouth should be. I reached into my pocket and took out my phone.
Silent Hill say who?
Right. They were so still, but I was terrified that if I did move, they would too. So I tried to take the picture as sneakily as I could. But just as I opened up the camera, I looked at them again and saw that they had gotten significantly closer with the split second I had taken my eye off them. They were now standing at the bottom of the cliff and looking straight up at me, but their posture suggested that they had remained still. They had appeared to have literally teleported, and the only thing left from them in the circle was the beer keg hanging from the tree. I looked directly into the face of the drummer. I don't know why, but something about him caught my attention above the rest. His mouthless face was completely absorbed by my presence, and I couldn't help but notice a terrifying anger in his eyes, a rage that looked as though it would make him tear up. And who else could it be directed to if not me? I felt my mouth become dry and my legs become heavy. I thought he was going to say they were taking his mouth away. Like, I felt my mouth slowly dissipate.
Right? Like, my mouth went dry and then I felt no mouth anymore.
Yeah.
And no one could hear my screams.
Yeah, I felt my mouth become dry and my legs become heavy. I turned and ran.
Me too.
Once I started, I couldn't stop. Me too. I ran as fast as I possibly could back to my house, falling over twice during the escape. I looked back several times and never saw them, but that did nothing in the way of slowing me down. I got back home and haven't walked through the woods since. I haven't told anyone about what I saw. I'm not even sure how I would bring it up, whether I would include every detail because I saw a random band in the woods. Doesn't sound scary until you include the fact that they were mouthless, teleporting, and that there was just something generally wrong with their presentation. The spasmic dancing, the member who just stood there with the button waiting to play a loud, ringing treble, the fact that they were all pretty much identical. I haven't even gotten to the worst part of this, though. Every night as I try to fall asleep, I saw them. Every time I close my eyes. When I say I saw them, I mean it's as though I'm closing my eyes simply opened another pair of eyes which situated in those woods, directly in front of them. I can see them as vividly as I can see anything else. I'm a camera that's floating outside of their little clearing, watching them play random excerpts from songs I don't recognize and don't believe even exist. I didn't sleep at all last night. I became too terrified to close my eyes, and I thought, what if he presses the button when I close my eyes and the ringing never goes away? That's terrifying to think about. Did you zone?
I did. I'm sorry.
What do you remember?
As if he was a pair of eyes in the woods.
Okay. Closing my eyes simply opened another pair of eyes, which were situated in those woods directly in front of them. I can see them as vividly as I can see anything else. I'm a camera that is floating outside of their little clearing, watching them play little random excerpts from songs I don't recognize and don't believe even exist. I didn't sleep at all last night. I became too terrified to close my eyes. I thought, what if he presses the button when I close my eyes and the ringing never goes away? That's terrifying.
That is terrifying.
The thought nearly sent me into a panic attack.
It
Tonight,
would send me into a panic
It would
attack.
send me into a panic attack. Or an anxiety attack.
Like, so he's saying that he still hears that ringing?
No.
Or he only hears the ringing when he closes his eyes?
No, he's scared to close his eyes because what if the guy presses the button and the ringing happens and then it just doesn't stop? It's a what if that's what happens.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
That's
that would
terrifying.
keep me from closing my eyes too, if that thought came through my head. Tonight, as I'm writing this, I've had the exact same issue. I don't think I'll sleep tonight either. When I closed my eyes tonight and saw them for the third time, I was exasperated. I tried to talk to them, though I could hear myself talking in my own bedroom and thought that they couldn't hear me. I shouted at them, "Leave me alone. What do you want with me?" They stopped performing immediately and just stared once again. The vocalist spoke without any movement from his jaw or the region where his mouth should be and said, "We are you. We are all of you. We are every thought that you have ever had. We are every feeling that you've ever had. We are everyone. He stopped talking to me after that. Don't think I was meant to see them. Did I do something wrong? Has anyone ever experienced anything like this? Is this normally how ghosts behave? Or was this maybe a demon thing? And that's the end.
Damn.
Yeah, that's the end.
Um,
Um,
I think you just
I have
bombarded
two.
into
I have
some.
two comments. I have two comments.
Okay, what are those comments?
I swear to God, my father claimed to see literally exactly what you described on his deathbed, like minutes before he flatlined. And as soon as I said that sentence, I got raging chills up and down my back and my arms. That's crazy.
Holy cacao.
Hmm?
Holy cacao.
He said he kept dozing off for seconds and seeing a band wearing flat caps that said that they hadn't and said that they had no mouths. The one thing he said that really stuck out though was that he said they were getting very blurry and fuzzy, like snow on the TV, as though the image of them he had was getting more and more static and less visible every time he saw it. And then OP responded to that and
Mhm.
said, "Did he ever tell you what they called themselves?" Tonight he answered another one of my questions as I struggled to sleep. I asked them, "Who are you?" And instead of repeating what he said last night, the vocalist said, "We are mind." Mind you, OP just responded to him an hour ago.
Damn.
Yeah, this was posted 23 hours ago.
Holy shit.
The commenter was from 8 hours ago, and OP responding to the commenter was an hour ago. And then there's also an update.
There's an update?
Or follow up post, not an update, my fault.
Okay.
Follow up post. This was an hour ago. I haven't slept. I posted on the subreddit yesterday, and then the link to the original post. I haven't slept in 48 hours. I can't sleep. Nothing is helping. I've tried drinking. I've tried. What is the Z? It's a medication, sleep medication. Zolpidem?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sopidem.
Zolpidem.
It's a PID.
Okay.
We'll
And
put
I've
it up on the
tried.
screen if we said it wrong.
Yeah. And I've tried fucking valerian root.
Mhm.
I can't sleep. I just see the band. They're behind my eyelids. They're still within that clearing in the woods. They're becoming distorted though. Their music is become white noise and they're turning to radio static as my anguish increases. Every time I cry or scream or lash out in rage, they become more static and corrupted. Maybe I should try to do that more. If you don't hear from me again, don't get strung up on what happened to me. Just hope that it never happens to you. You're not meant to see the band. I understand that now. Tonight, the vocalist spoke to me again. They have a name. I asked who they are, and he told me. He said that they are Mind. I saw Mind. Mind sees me. And that's it.
Chills.
Chills.
Literal chills. What the fuck?
Right, like you can see the goosebumps.
A goose flesh.
Goosebumps.
What the literal shit?
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
That is insane.
I can't even imagine.
Truly. Like,
Like, it started out funny, like a hee hee ha ha story, and then it got like
right, like I
really,
was truly like ending up to think that this like, oh, it's fake.
or like just like one of those like little hee hee ha ha, like you saw it, but like nothing. It's
Mhm.
it's just a little like spooky little story.
Yeah.
They're fucking haunting you, dude. And it kind of begs the question, like you said, are these ghosts or are these like demons?
Right.
Or some like higher being? What? Yeah, wow. Okay. My last story is something terrifying happened in my childhood home that my entire family witnessed. Any explanations? Okay. Oh my god, my knees keep popping. Oh, my tits, bro. Get out of there. Alright. I've never really told the story online before because I know it sounds unbelievable, but it's something that happened to my family when I was around 6 years old, and I'm genuinely curious what people think. I grew up in the Netherlands. We moved into a fairly new, modern, terraced house when I was about 5 years old. Nothing strange happened at all for around a year and a half. Then, seemingly out of nowhere, things started happening. The first thing I remembered is having reoccurring dreams that someone was standing outside my bedroom, watching me through my bedroom door. My room was in the attic.
Oh.
There's your issue. My room
Yeah,
was in.
there's your issue.
That's your issue.
That's the problem.
I'm not the problem. You're the problem. My room was in the attic, and the outside room was just a small landing. My brain is malfunctioning. Hi, man. Water break. Alright. We moved into a fairly new modern terraced house when I was about 5 years old. Nothing strange happened at all for around a year and a half, then seemingly out of nowhere things started happening. The first thing I remember is having recurring dreams that someone was standing outside my bedroom watching me through my bedroom door. My room was in the attic, and outside my room was just a small landing with the washing machine and family computer. Okay, that's what I stumbled over. The words need to stop moving. If you can relate. Okay. And family computer. My mom always told me I had an overactive imagination. Then we started noticing that every morning the washing machine door would be open and the clothes would be scattered across the landing. My mom would also hear footsteps coming from the attic during the night, but every time she checked, I would be fast asleep in bed. One night, my mom woke up and found me downstairs standing in front of the TV staring at static in what she described as a trance. Looking back, I assumed I must have been sleepwalking. Um, Poltergeist?
Hmm?
Poltergeist?
What?
Have you seen the movie Poltergeist?
I think so. But I've seen so many paranormal movies, they're kind of blending.
Well, I mean, the big thing in Poltergeist is the little girl sleepwalking, like, was staring at the TV with the static going, and she put her hand up on it, and then a bunch of hands started showing up.
I do, yes.
You know, just like, Poltergeist? Hello? Where was I? After that, things escalated. The footsteps became much louder. My parents said they sounded like someone running up and down the stairs at night. Doors would begin opening and closing by themselves. The biggest incident happened one night when my parents were both awake in bed. They heard the footsteps again, and then their bedroom doors started opening and closing. They immediately ran upstairs, grabbing me from my attic bedroom and my little sister from her room, brought us into their bedroom, and all four of us watched the bedroom door repeatedly swing open and slam shut, while the footsteps continued running up and down the stairs. My dad was a very skeptical, practical person who has never believed in ghosts or anything paranormal, but my mom says he's never forgotten that night because it terrified him too. Eventually, my mom contacted a friend who knew some people interested in the paranormal. They came to the house with what I remember as some sort of triangular device. It was only little, so I don't know exactly what it was. They said there was strong energy, particularly in the attic where my bedroom was. They performed some kind of cleansing or ritual. From that day onward, everything stopped. No more footsteps, no more doors, no more washing machine incidents, nothing. It's now around 25 years later, and none of us have ever experienced anything like it again. So I have a few questions. Has anyone experienced something similar? Is there a logical explanation that could account for all of this, especially multiple people witnessing the same event? If you believe in the paranormal, why would activities suddenly begin after living in the house for 18 months with nothing happening afterwards, happening beforehand? Does anyone know what the triangular device they used might have been? I'm generally open minded. I'm not saying this proves ghosts exist, and I know memories can become distorted over time, but this is how my family remembers it, and the fact that all stopped immediately after those people visited has always left me wondering. I love to hear both skeptical and paranormal perspectives. Damn.
Hmm.
I'm not 100% sure what the triangular device was.
When? Like, what was the time frame? What was the time frame that they would have been at the house and using it?
This was posted 3 days ago, and it says that it's now 25 years later.
Yeah, so that's like what, the 90s? Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Well, yes and no. It's like end of 90s, beginning of 2000s. Because 2000s kids are going to be 26, turning 27.
Yeah. Okay.
So this happened in the 2000s. I want to say it might have been an EMF reader.
Maybe.
Because, I mean, in hand, when you kind of look at it, I guess it can look a little triangular. Because some of them, it's like up here, and then it like tilts down. And if you're holding it and you're a 5-year-old kid looking at it,
Yeah.
I guess it could look triangular. So I might want to say it's an EMF reader.
And like she said, memories can be distorted
Yeah.
after years.
The activity not
Or it
happening,
could just be an old device that no one uses anymore because it wasn't that accurate.
probably. The activity not happening beforehand. Activity takes
Well, they said that they lived there for 18 months and then everything started.
yeah, it was a
Maybe the
year and a
ghosts
half
were
later.
maybe the ghosts were just making sure they were going to stay.
Well, I mean, even in like when you hear about like activity and everything, like real haunts take, I believe they said, what was that? It was like
It
20
also could be that the ghosts started off with like small stuff.
that nobody noticed.
Mhm.
How long does it take for a haunting to start?
For a haunt to what? Mittens. Mittens. Will you get off your food? Thank you. Come here. Freaking cat.
I don't know. I remember hearing something about like it takes like 29 days before a haunting like really like starts.
Mm.
Because like in like the because there was a study done where they sent a group of people in to live there for like 29 days. 29 days or 3 months to live in a haunted place and like just live there
Yeah.
and see how much they experience in those 3 months.
Mhm.
So I don't
I'm glad there are paranormal studies being done. I'm like, yes.
I would check that out. I don't remember what it's called. But yeah, there was a study done, attempted to be done at least. It was a show, too.
Mm.
Like it was recorded. Do you have another
A
story?
docu series.
Do you have another paranormal story?
Mm-mm.
And on that note, tell us how you feel about the stories. Any comments, so on and so forth. Um, you can email us at thelatenightshow@gmail.com. It'll be put on the screen. Boo 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 boo. Um, We hope you keep watching / listening.
Yes.
You can watch us on YouTube and listen to us on Spotify. You keep watching / listening. Subscribe, like, comment. Be like, hate comments, good comments,
Medium comments.
medium comments, thirsty comments. Recommendations if you have any Am I the
Yes.
Asshole stories that you would like us to react to, if you have any paranormal stories that you would like us to react to, or any paranormal experiences of your own that you would like us to talk about, go ahead and email it to the email. We will totally get to it. We totally want to hear from you guys. Thank you, and good night.